Hi, friends! Yay! Happy second Saturday. So it is the second Saturday of the month, and I've noticed when looking back on my live streams that I have gone through one live stream a month for almost the last year, typically on the second Saturday. So that seems to be working well. So I thought, why not brand this for me as the second Saturday and help it be something that I remember so I could be more consistent and y'all can also know what to expect. Today, we are building some of the Creator 3-in-1 sets. So actually, we'll be building one. So we're going to be building out the panda family, which is super cute. There's the option of the panda, the penguin, and the whale. And I think we're actually going to do the penguin because it's still pretty cold, and also because Philip requested that last night. Lego sent me the Creator 3-in-1 sets for review, which is super fun, and I'm so grateful for that through the Lego Investor Network. Wanted to show you another set I haven't built yet, but we've got, whoops, we have the bunny, and the bunny comes with 3 options as well. So there's the seal, and then there's this cute little llama. I think I want to build the llama first for this one. And I like how it's shown here sitting, but on the front you can see it stands as well. They also sent the cat set, and an alternate build for the cat set was the pigeon. And so this I shared on Instagram yesterday, but it's super cute. I love that the head can rotate. I love that the tail feathers are a little bit articulated, so you can kind of set them up however you want to. Chose to do the pigeon because we still have our Home Alone setup out there, so thought it made sense to have this by the Home Alone house. So that's out there. And then last night I built the main build of this one. So this set was the typewriter set, and I just thought it was adorable. I like how this actually articulates. So you can see when I push this down, it looks like it's typing on the page. That little piece in the back bumps up and down. Now, all these pieces are attached to one thing, so it's only like one movement no matter where you push, but still a clever approach. And my favorite thing with this one is the tile that they have up here for the sticker. They included 2 other stickers, but 3 tiles total, so you can swap them out as you'd like. This one says Once Upon a Time. Another says To Rebuild or Not to Rebuild. And the last one, which I think I'm going to swap out on here, is that big ideas start small. And I just love that concept. It's such a sweet and thoughtful thing. So Creator 3-in-1s, I love these sets because they really teach you some great new build techniques. And you get lots of pieces and parts that are unique and great options to kind of add to your collection. So let's open this one. And again, I think we're going to do the penguin because it's still wintry and cold here, which is funny because in Austin it's usually hot. We do get basically a really cold January and super cold February for here anyway. So put this open. All right. So we've got the instructions for the whale, the instructions for the penguin, which is what we're going to do. So I'll set those aside. And the instructions for the panda family, which is adorable. I think I'll want these overall, but I'll build the penguin first. And then after winter's over, I might build these penguins to have sitting on the shelf because they're super cute. So yeah, curious to know from y'all what it is that you're building on this Saturday. Let me know in the chat. Also to know if you have any of the Creator 3-in-1 sets or if those are ones that you like to build or not. I'll put the extra bags over here. All right. I love having all these paper bags. It's so nice to have that instead of the plastic. Makes it easier to recycle. The plastic doesn't recycle naturally in the recycling bin, and so I have to take it to a specific shop in town that recycles them for us, which is awesome if they do that for free. But it means that I have to hang on to the plastic bags for a long time. I think all those are out of there. All right. Oops. Okay, and I'm going to turn on my other view. Here we go. So you can see as I'm building a little bit more up close. So yeah, what are you up to this weekend? What's going on? We are planning to check out a gym. Of course, New Year's goals, right? So that'll be something that'll be fun. Oh, actually, I forgot, when you're doing an alternate build, it tells you to dump out all the parts all at once. So give me just a moment. Which, before I do that, I'm going to grab some bins to help make this a little more manageable. So when dumping out all the parts, sometimes it's easier to have the smaller pieces together and then the larger pieces together. So I'm going to get some extra bins that I have sitting around here to help me with sorting. All right, here we go. These bins are from Target and they're super helpful. I use them for sorting in the drawers and I love the way that those are set up. It makes it much easier to find the pieces I need. Okay, we'll dump out. Oh, and then I don't understand why sometimes there's a plastic bag in with the paper bags. That's not really, doesn't really make any sense to me, but whatever. Okay. So we got bag 5, bag 1. Doesn't matter the order I'm doing them since we have to dump all of them together. Yeah, another plastic bag. That's so weird. Dump those in here. And I think we'll do, oops, bag 2 in here. There we go. Bag 3. I find that the perforated bits don't actually work. So just kind of have to go with what you do. There we go. All right. Now let's open these. So as the new year begins, well, we're already 2 weeks in, what is it that you're focused on this year? Do you have a build project? Do you want to keep your Lego room tidier? I have both of those options for sure. Do you have other plans? Will you be headed to conventions? You will be headed to a few. Let's see. All right. Put that bag. And this last bag. So one recommendation I have too with these Create with 3-in-1 sets that I won't be following today for the sake of time is when you're building some of the alternate builds, if you're building the first build, you can build by bag because they're set up where it's like bag 1 associates with like the first bag of or set of instructions, etc. But when you're building the secondary ones, it tells you to dump all the pieces together. And one option that makes it a lot faster and easier to find what you need is to sort by color. So again, I won't be doing that today because I don't have the time and the luxury of time to do that right now, but I will be able to use these bins to help keep them a little bit more sorted as we go. All right, so let's dive in. So there are lots of Lego conventions that happen around the globe. There are many across the United States, and we like to go to places that allow us to have a little bit of a vacation as well. So explore someplace that's new, or go someplace where we can visit family or friends. And so I'm excited that we will be visiting Colorado for Brick Slopes, Colorado this year. It's brand new. And that'll be in April. And then we are going to do Brick Rodeo again, which we always do every year. Brick Rodeo happens in July. Here we go. And so excited for that, of course. It's not in Austin this year. It's in Houston, or in Sugar Land, just outside of Houston. So that'll be fun to get to visit a place and see some friends that come into town for it every year, and also stay in the hotel as opposed to stay at home. And just not have the responsibilities of home in addition to the convention. But that'll be fun. And then we will be headed to Brick Slopes, Utah. So that's in Salt Lake City. We went there for the first time last year and had a ball. It was so much fun. Great to like meet a bunch of people that we hadn't ever met in person. So some of y'all. And then also great to spend time in the mountains. Colorado's my home state and I love it so much. And so Utah has some of those same type of mountain vibes that remind me of home. All right, it looks like we are building a small penguin first, which is super cute. And the nice thing with loosely sorting your bricks is eventually as you start to go through, you start to remember, oh, this piece is in that build or in this box or whatever. So then it makes it a little bit faster to find. But it definitely takes time up front. Let's see. So we need 2 of those for the feet. I'm loving these half circle tiles. So we've got this one in black here. They're great for mosaics and they're great for like ground coverage and things. And sometimes you need a half round circle to like attach 2 pieces together, whereas they might be separate if you're using the individual ones. And it's not often that that's like necessary for a build, but it is nice because it also helps keep them all kind of straight and tidy. Whereas if you're doing only the quarter rounds, you have to arrange them yourself, and they don't necessarily always stay the way that you want them to. Okay, cute. These little feet are, oh, I see. I missed a step. So for the feet, we are using these snot bricks, or not snot bricks, these jumper plates, these round jumper plates. And the purpose for that is so that you can twist them out and angle a little bit more, so they look a little bit more natural. That's cute. And also just like a clever and simple design decision from the Lego group. Yay! So you can see the foot is out. This one will put forward. And I like that those just kind of twist really easily. All right. So I'm curious, wherever you're from, if it's cold or hot right now. I know that the US, we've gotten lots of chilly weather lately, and it's colder here in Austin, so colder than we're used to. But I love it. I miss the cold so much. Having grown up in Colorado, it's nice to have 4 full seasons, and we don't get that here in Austin. So what's it like where you're at? Okay. So we're getting these round bits for the belly. So one thing that's fun, oh yay, we also get the smaller ones. One thing that's fun is you'll notice there's 2 different sizes. So these are newer pieces in the last couple of years. This one is basically a 3x3 size, and this one is a 2x2. And this one, I believe, is brand new this year. We got some in the pigeon as well. So you can see here on the shoulder that we've got that size, and then also have the larger size below. But I like having that smaller one, and I think it'll be useful for mocks and things. All right, let's find 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Is that 4? Yep. And then we need the square to attach them in the middle, of course. All right, so those together make that beautiful rounded circle. That would be great for eyes if we had one of these with like a printed dot on them. I've tried like mocking up what an eye could look like that's rounded like this, where you have another piece over it to kind of show the pupil of the eye, but it never really looks the way that I want it to. So I want to play with that a little bit more. And then we have one little flipper arm. And the other one, I'm missing one piece. Here we go. To finish this one. Cute. This baby penguin is adorable. Okay. So I like, again, that those can articulate, move around, and twist. All right. Here we're making the head. Let's see. It is a little tricky to find all the parts right now. So like I said, if you can sort by color, that actually helps when you're building out these steps. I wouldn't sort by color normally, unless I do by part first, and then sometimes I do by color if I have an abundance of pieces in a certain certain color family. But yeah, sorting by part helps you find the pieces much easier. But in a set like this, I would do it by color just to quickly look through. Okay. There's also another new part that we're getting in some of the 2025 sets. And it is, once I find this piece, I'll show you. But it is a smaller version of, there's the peak. It's a smaller version of that kind of curved piece. And it allows you to kind of fit a curve in a smaller space, which is really nice. Let's see here. Like I said, sort by color. That'll help you out here. These alternate builds, though, I love to build all three of the options with the Creator 3-in-1s because each one teaches you different techniques. Okay, here's the piece I was talking about. So you've got this kind of curved arch. Hey, happy Saturday, Rapture. I am building out the penguin that is one of the options in the Creator 3-in-1 set for the panda family. What are you building today? Or what are you up to this Saturday? But yeah, so the smaller one is one stud shorter than this. So those are in a lot of the new sets that I've been building for review, which is fun. So I know that we're going to see more of that as we go through the new year. I love when you start to see new pieces. That's such a fun new joy. Okay, so I need a bracket. C3PO later. Okay, nice. That is a fun build. That's one that I was wanting to do. I'd like to get the new R2D2 because I love the size and scale of it. I think it's just perfect for the size and scale. And then, of course, he needs his buddy. So do you have the R2D2? That's one, again, on my wish list for sure. Let's see. I find with these Creator 3-in-1 sets that I usually build the first build first. And now I remember why. Because it makes it easier to find all the pieces since it's by bag when you build the first build. All right, looking for a tiny gray tile. Rapture, did you have a good Christmas and holiday season? Well, I'll get out the eyes while I'm at it. They're all in here. Yes, all three. Whoa, you have all three of the R2D2s. You also have the Ron McSomething rubricable chopper. I love that chopper and have been wanting to get that one too. Really, really awesome build. Great design for sure. So also on my wish list. Okay, so We're building kind of the back of the head. All right, there we go. So this is going to click on here, and then we'll get these eyes on. So cute. I also like when these are like rotated or on round pieces where it's connected in the middle stud, because then you can rotate the eyes and not have to worry about the direction that they're facing initially. Yay! Your holidays were good. Nice. It was good. It was really nice. We spent a lot of time here in Austin. So Thanksgiving we traveled, but all of December we were here, and that was really nice to just be home for a little bit. We hosted some family for a couple different times and some friends for a couple different times. And that was also a lot of fun too, but also a lot of work. So it was nice to also have a little bit of a breather the first week of January before Philip was back to full-time work, and just have it to be a little bit more peace and quiet here. But it was nice. It was good. We had our nieces from Georgia in town for a little bit, and that was good to see them. And we're excited to go to Colorado for Brick Slopes, Colorado, because we'll also get to see our niece and nephews from my brother's side of the family. So will you be at Brick Slopes, Colorado? And or will you be helping out? Thank you. We'd like to host for sure, but yes, it does take a lot of time, and it's a lot of fun for sure. We decorate the house so much that we want to be able to show it off and share the joy with other people. So hosting ends up being a great way to do that. We'd love to have you sometime. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, we got our tickets for it. You're still not sure about cons this year. Okay, yeah. I remember us talking last time about how it was up in the air. I'm still kind of deciding. How are things on the job front? We've committed to going to those 3. I think that's probably all we can handle this year. It's already a lot. And as you know, travel is expensive and all of that too. So it's definitely fun and worthwhile, but not something that I think we can sustain every year to go to all the conventions. Which I don't really know anybody that goes to all of them. Maybe Mo. He does go to quite a few. So that would be fun to get to experience. Also Abner. He's at most of the conventions too, which is fun. Still looking for a new gig, but did get an exceptional review. Yay, that's good. Okay. Hopefully that will be helpful with finding a new gig. If you're open to looking in Austin and want to move here, let me know, and I'll keep my eyes open for any job openings or anything. So that would be a good fit for you, of course. Cody actually, yeah, that's true. Cody does make his way around to a lot of them. And so does Will Heron from Arlug. They obviously know each other really well because of the convention circuit. Okay, we're building up this ice, but I'm going to hold off on that piece because I can't find it. I'm sure I will find it in a little bit, and I can add it in later, it looks like. This is just what they stand on. Let's see. I'm excited that we do have the new Colorado convention coming, and was thrilled with the dates because I was nervous it would be too close to the beginning of the year when we've traveled a lot or hosted a lot or whatever, or it would be too close to the summer. There's the piece I was looking for. I knew it would turn up. When it's like competing with all the other conventions. I think that timing is a really good time for it. Eventually, we want to make it up to Cascades. That's been on the list for a long time, but we can't go this year because our niece's graduation is at the same time. So, did you get C-3PO for Christmas, or did you pick it up and have it in your backlog? When did that come? When did C-3PO come into your life? All right, cute. Okay, so he will stand like so. And that is the penguin. Okay, that's adorable. That's really, really cute. Here, I'll show you this view. That belly's adorable in the top view. Okay, I'm gonna set this one aside and move on to the next big guy. You won C-3PO at Whatnot? That's awesome. Was that like you purchased him and won the auction, or you won it as a gift from somebody? Either way, that's awesome. Yeah, that's adorable. I really do love these little builds. Okay, the brown piece was in here, so the other one's probably in here too. There we go. All right, and then we have these little pieces that I like to call like wheat bales or hay bales that have the little kind of etching. You won it on a draw game. That's awesome. That's a wonderful prize. And will be a really fun build too. Also, it's wonderful because you already had the 3 R2D2s. So it's like you're able to complete your collection this way. That is the way to do it, for sure. Yay, congrats. Okay, one of my new favorite pieces is also in this set, and I'm so excited to see it here. So this is the new floral piece that we got in the Botanical Gardens and in the Wicked sets and Wednesday sets. It's also in, I want to say, the Tudor Corner building as well, I think. And we're going to see it everywhere. There's also new tulip pieces and another new floral piece that I just built in one of the botanical sets. So more brackets. I did get the Tudor. I was super lucky. That was one of the ones that Lego sent me for review. So this is the first time that they've ever sent me the modular early for review. So that was very, very exciting. It would have been on my wish list, but I don't think we would have gotten it right away. It would have been one that I probably saved up for. And I just finished building it last week. It is really beautiful. The modulars, I think, are like the best builds for seeing expert level techniques. And I think they did a fantastic job with it. The storytelling is also, of course, fantastic too. I think that's what I love about them so much is the storytelling. They always do a great job there. So yeah, very excited about that one. We don't have all the modulars. It's actually that new account that just popped up yesterday called Lego Builds on Instagram. They had a post that showed the history of the modulars, which I loved seeing all of them. And going through, I was surprised to find how many more there are. I knew how many there are total, but like seeing them all in one post was a big surprise. Yes, wait till it's on sale or wait till you've got double VIP points, or if you find a damaged box one at the Lego store, that's a great time to buy because they give you extra VIP points when you do. Typically, at least at our store, they do. So like find a way to get it when there's a deal. That's kind of how I felt with the museum as well. It's beautiful. It's also a little too big. We have a limited space that's getting more and more limited by the day. And so we do have to be thoughtful about like what we can accommodate in our house. But we do have some space in our bookshelves, and that's where we typically display the modulars. So. All right, this piece should be easy to find, a 2x2 square, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, here it is. Okay. Have I ever done FO sets? I'm debating about getting some of the steampunk sets. Is that Fun Hole, like that new brand that popped up out of nowhere? Is that what you're talking about? Or for FO? I'm not sure. If so, I have not. I support others doing it for sure. I'm a Lego purist myself, and so I prefer just building Lego sets. But I have looked at them and thought, gosh, some of these builds are really nice in terms of the structures and the ideas that they're coming up with. They've done some really great ideas. I just will probably always stick to Legos myself, Lego sets. But no shade to others who do. Philip got the Grinch sets from, I think it was Brickcraft. And so I did get to see and experience those from his building of them. And they're great. They're nice ideas. I'm actually surprised that they got the contract with Dr. Seuss for those. So you wish Lego would branch into steampunk. I mean, honestly, I think it would sell so well. I'm kind of surprised they haven't yet. And I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually do. But it feels a little bit like they might be missing a window if they don't do it soon, if that makes sense. That's kind of my thought on it. Our lug is doing a collab build for Brick Rodeo that is a steampunk themed collab. And I missed the opportunity to order a kit and would have loved to have participated in it. But also, there's a million things that I'm doing this year, so it'd be hard to just focus on that because that would be a big thing to focus on for a long time. So plus, I think others will do a fantastic job, so it'll be fun to just kind of see and enjoy their builds. So if you go to Brick Rodeo, which we would love to have you, but again, I definitely understand not being able to go to all the conventions and things and needing to decide if you can attend this year for any of them. But if you do, you'll get to see them in person. And if you don't, I'm sure they will be posted online. I will probably try to do a tour of them so that I can have that shared on my account too. So I loved that was an idea that they were coming up with, though, to do. I've seen other steampunk themed type builds at conventions before, but I think this will be massive. Last year they did the Mars collab, Mars base, and it was so well done. Really stunning end product, but the size and scale was enormous with the number of builders that we had participate. And again, I didn't get the the kit to build out a section of it myself, but really enjoyed seeing all the builds that others did. Have you ever done any collaborative builds like that? I've done small collabs like minifig habitat stacks and those types of things, but I haven't done a large one yet. I think I'd like to someday. That'd be fun. You have not, okay. Are you involved in a lug? Do you have a lug near you? I found a lot of joy with my lug. It's been such a great group of people, super supportive, very friendly. We have build challenges every month, which is fun, and you don't have to do the themes necessarily, but there's always a theme attached to it, and there's always a seed part, so everybody is encouraged to use the seed parts in there. Some months I'll participate in the themes that we do, and other months I won't, but it's been a fun way to also go and get feedback on things like my holiday buddies as I was designing them, and just learn from each other's creativity each month too. Let's see, did I run out of those parts in here? Not yet. What theme would you like to see? I agree with you that steampunk would be a great theme for sure. It's interesting, whenever I get this question, I always feel like I'm at a loss because themes that I think of, I'm like, oh wait, we've already gotten that in some form or fashion. Lego's done a very good job across that. Maybe like, I know they're doing the art theme where they're creating different pieces of art that are so far like the paintings and things. It might be nice to do some like sculpture themes with art. So following that same concept, but doing larger brick built sculpture replicas. That might be kind of fun. Oh my gosh, a musical theme. Honestly, that's something that I've thought about and wondered what that could look like. I love the brick build instruments that are in the jazz club, or not the jazz club. Well, yeah, the jazz club, but also what I was thinking was the jazz quartet idea set. That is, and probably will stay, one of my favorite builds of all time. Such a really cool build. The brick built characters were great, but then also those instruments were fantastic. So yeah, I think anything like that, where it's a 3D sculpted thing, I would love to see. I would also say, though, that like I got the grand piano. It's amazing. It was a wonderful and super fun build to do. And I got it when I got a bonus at work because it was so expensive that I needed to wait until I had the funds to be able to splurge on something like that. And so I would be a little concerned if they did a musical theme that it might go a little too big. Oh, like musicals. Okay. Of course. Okay. I don't know why I didn't think of that right away. That would be my dream. That would be amazing to see. Obviously did the Wicked build, but would love to see other like musical sets and the theaters. The iconic theaters already would be a really cool series if they were to like partner with the Al Hirschfeld Theater or the Gershwin or something and build out those as future modular type builds. That would be so cool. I also think that's a little too niche for them. I don't know though. It might, with the amount of times that people like travel to New York City to go see a Broadway show as a part of their trip, like maybe doing just one of them or one iconic one might be a good idea for Lego. That might be a really good Lego Ideas idea. If someone wants to design a modular of a musical theater, of a Broadway theater, I would love to see Al Hirschfeld Theater since that's the one where we got engaged. So I have obvious affinity there, but I also think Gershwin would be cool because that's where Wicked's been for 21 years now. Gosh, time flies. I remember being in college when Wicked came out, and how exciting that was. Right? That would be so amazing. You think I should start at Mock Theater Modulars? So there is an incredible mocker who designed a theater, and I want to say it's built loosely around the theater that he works, but it might just be a theater that he imagined on his own. I can't remember. I did a profile of him on Instagram where I shared just a 1-minute interview of it. It is so stunning. It has like the backstage and it has dressing rooms and it has like all the different areas that you would see throughout a theater. And then on the stage, it has an area where you can swap out different musicals. And for a couple of years now, he's been building different musicals to add to it. And so right now, I think when he showed it at Brick Fair, Virginia, actually, he and I think some other friends might be helping him with building those. But when he shared it at Brick Fair, Virginia, there were like 20 to 25 different stages or different shows that he had recreated. So like Wicked, Miss Saigon, all these different ones that were really big name shows. And it was so cool. So that's that one just takes the cake. It was such a great build. And then another mock that I've seen of a theater that I loved as well was Flynn and Richards. So Flynn and Richard from season 1 of Lego Masters. I almost said season 1 of American Idol. Season 1 of Lego Masters. They designed and built a theater that was kind of dollhouse style, the way that it opened up. And it had all different fun features and rooms. There was a room where they were that was like a dance rehearsal studio room, and they had some people dancing and one person was like falling over. It was really cute. They had a makeup and dressing room with like wigs and the big lights around the windows and stuff. So I've seen 2 really well done theater builds by some incredible builders. Flynn and Richards, I don't think I was able to do an interview with them. It might have been before I was starting to do the interviews at conventions. But they were our keynote speakers at Brick Rodeo that year. It's just, they brought that build. I'm really excited about this new Lego Builds Instagram account because I think we'll start to see deeper dive features on big mocks like that. I know that part of what they wanted to do, from what it sounds like, is focusing on going to conventions and interviewing people for that too. And so I think it'll be interesting to see what comes from that. But I'm hoping we get some additional deep dives. Similar to but different than accounts like Tips and Bricks and whatnot. I love the level of detail that Tips and Bricks and Beyond the Brick and whatnot are able to do. The Brothers Brick, those who travel to conventions. So I know that the Lego Builds account is also designed to help amplify some of those things too. I did not get the goat, and I'm super jealous, and that's okay. They only gave the goat to those who were able to attend the fan media days. So they had a limited number of slots. Not everyone is able to go. I want to say there are just over 100 fan media around the world, and there were only 32 or 33 fan media that were able to get an invite to that. So I did not get the goat. I didn't even know it was coming until yesterday when I saw a lot of my Lego friends in the Ambassador Network displaying their goats and showing their goats. And yeah, the jealousy was a little real, and that's okay. It's okay to feel our feels. It's not okay to wallow in them forever. So I'm grateful for them that they got that. I think that's a really fun gift. But yeah, I was like, oh, that would have been a wicked cool thing to get. Fan Media Days is a hopeful thing someday for me. It's kind of like a drawing basis that you get to go. The largest accounts, so they do have different tiers within the Lego Ambassador Network. So the largest accounts, which there's not too many that are tier 1, they get an invite every year. And most of those are like the more news heavy accounts. But then the rest of us, which is the majority, are kind of put into a drawing if we want to enter the drawing. Not everybody does, because not everybody wants to go or has the ability to go. And when you go, you still pay your own way, so it's also expensive to get to travel there. But someday, I hope, it'd be fun if we could go. I mean, this year would be great. I don't know if that'll happen. But yeah. Okay, what part am I looking for? Oh, there we go. So I have the tops. Oh. I think I already have it. Let's see. I'm glad I paused for a minute because I had missed seeing that I already had the pieces I needed. You're just going to win the lottery and then buy 100 goats. I love that idea. Please do. I fully support you winning the lottery. And I will that into being for you. You deserve that, friend. You deserve the world. Yeah, I thought that was a really fun and clever way to introduce this new community, though. I loved their tagline of like, if you like this, you're gonna love this, that they used for the kind of introduction to the community. Definitely speaking to the fans. They know who they're talking to, which is fun. So it was a nice way to launch that community, I thought. And I'm excited that it's going to hopefully provide lots of builders opportunities to be featured by Lego in more ways than they used to. Because they currently are only able to do, or we're only able to do like so many on their social media account on lego.com, because they have to use that for product releases, which everyone goes to, right? They have to use it for branding and all different types of things. They're a company, so they've got lots of reasons and purposes for it. So this new account focused on builders and mocks, I think, is going to provide many more people with more visibility of their great work. You'll give them out when I see those who didn't get them. Oh, that is so sweet. That is too kind of you. And also the generosity that I've come to expect and know you for. So you are a great human, and I'm thrilled that we got the chance to spend time together in Salt Lake City this year. Yay. Hi, friends. I see a couple other people who've joined the chat. Drop a note in the chat and say hello. I'd love to see who's here. I am working on building out the penguin. Here, I'll show you the cover. This penguin from the Creator 3-in-1 set. That's the Panda set. Decided to do the penguin in part as a request from Philip, my husband. But then I realized when you do the alternate builds, I forgot that all the pieces have to be opened and dumped together. So it takes longer to do those builds, even though there's fewer pieces, because I have to sort through and find them all. So, hi, Barry. How are you? What are you up to today? I started doing these live streams last year and really worked on learning YouTube a little bit more and understanding what this whole space is like. And what I didn't realize until partway through the year is that I had been consistently doing one live stream a month on the second Saturday. And so I think I'm going to make that my regularly scheduled time. It seems to be working well for me. For my time, and that's obviously, if I want to be consistent, I need to make sure that it works with my schedule. But also, I hope by letting people know, it can be something where more people can join and participate in the fun. And I have some plans to do some like brief interview type live streams with some friends to introduce some new folks here as well. Yay! Hi, Jacob's version. I love your name, by the way. This hoodie, the Keith Haring hoodie, came from Old Navy. So super easy to find, hopefully, for you if you're anywhere near an Old Navy. I got it online, and I want to say I got it last year, so maybe you'd find it. You just bought a jumper with that heart on it recently, but you didn't see that hoodie. Oh yeah, I love this design. I love Keith Haring. He's such an incredible artist, and one who really did a lot of good for the world when he was alive. So I'd love to see his art continue to shine. Rapture says, yes, I hope they focus on many of the mock builders that just don't get recognition. I agree. I hope so too. So they've partnered with Fin Media to ask us to help them with like finding some builders and things, like not to like seek builders or whatever, but they know that we find different builders. Like they know that I do my interviews when I go to mock conventions. And so they're following our accounts to help find some different people that way. And then they're asking people to use hashtag Lego Builds and to tag at Lego Builds to find them as well, or to help them find them. So I hope people start using that hashtag and get found that way too. Do I have the new Lego Love set? You just got it and it's amazing. I just got it. I bought that this week. Because I didn't get it for review, which I was fine with, and knew it had to be on my wish list to get. And every year I like to get the Lunar New Year sets. And so those are always a gift of purchase. And that's what I saved that set for. So I bought it this week. Philip and I will be building it sometime in the next week or so because we want some Valentine's decorations. I wore a heart today because it's the Valentine's season. I know some people hate Valentine's Day. I love it. I grew up in Loveland, Colorado, or Loveland. It's the Valentine's Day capital of America. Super cheesy, super fun. And so I have a strong affinity for that. And also, I am the host this year of the Valentine's Habitat Challenge. So in the past, I've been a co-host with the incredible Brick Fan Builds. And she is stepping away and taking a break this year, and asked all the people who co-hosted with her to host our challenges that we co-hosted in the past. And so I would love to see everyone who's here and anyone else in the community join in the Valentine's Habitat Build Challenge. And I'll talk about that in a second. But I want to see, let's see. Oh, so you've already built it. Oh, fun. Awesome. That was, yeah, one that as soon as I saw it, I thought I have to have this. It's such a gorgeous build. And I think that'll be one that ends up being displayed on my shelf behind me for a very long time. It's just too beautiful. Thank you. I'm very excited about getting to host it this year and getting to continue the incredible incredible work that that our dear friend Jen put together with the habitat challenges. I plan to do some prep work for sharing about the challenge this weekend. So that I can release the information, I think on Monday. That'll be when I do. But the challenge will be 3 days. So if you've built minifigure habitats before, the recommendation will be to build 3 if you can, but even 1 is fine. And those will be leading up to Valentine's Day. So habitat stacks will be on the 14th on Valentine's Day, but then the individual habitat days will be the 3 days before. So that's 11, 12, 13. Yeah. So February 11th through 13th. And it'll be the same rules as before in terms of collaborating with the Habitat Challenge account. And this time it'll be my face behind the Habitat Challenge account. So I'll log in for the month and share all the fun related to Valentine's there. And then after that, it'll go on to the next co-host and they will lead it. Jen has set us all up for success. And I'm excited to get us start the year out with it as well. So, Jacob, have you ever built a minifigure habitat, or are you familiar with them? And also, are you on Instagram? Because that's where the challenge is hosted for the most part. You put the new Lego Cupid next to your love set. Ugh, they're just... that I was thrilled to see the Lego Cupid in that minifigure series this year. Okay, this is cute. Okay, so we're attaching the head on. And what I love is the way that they did this. You can see it's able to articulate up and down. That is so clever and such a great use of Technic pins and these Technic bricks with the holes in them that allow it to bend down its head. That's going to be so cute when it has the little baby in front of it too. Okay. Let's see. So now we're moving on to the body. And the Tweety Bird Cupid, it's such a cool set. Yeah. So I built that one and it's, well, actually you can't see it because the way that the screen is cropped, but it's right behind me. I also built the 2 bears, the Valentine's one, and it's so cute. Such a fun little set. I loved the characters of the bears. It was a different way of brick building for brick built characters. So I loved what I learned from that too. My nails are such a nice color and those build techniques are fantastic. Thank you. They are really, really chipped and need to be replaced soon or redone soon. That's something that I will be redoing as well because I wanted to have them looking nice and fresh for the minifig habitat challenge announcement stuff because I plan to do a little video that'll have my hands on it too. We'll see. So, and yeah, that Tweety Bird Cupid, it was a cute set. It was one that I don't think anybody was expecting, so that was fun. I love when Lego's able to really surprise us with something. I didn't have new Looney Tunes sets on my list of sets I thought were going to come out, so that was really a fun surprise. And I'm curious to see if they do any more with Looney Tunes. Yeah, they're really chipped. These are, I actually did them, I want to say, let's see. I did them a week and a half ago because we were still hosting Philip's family for like the after Christmas stuff. And I haven't redone them since then. I usually am a little bit faster with it. So. But I love that you didn't notice they were chipped and maybe I need to stop pointing out when they are. Could you imagine Lego press on nails? Oh gosh, that would be so cool. That would be both convenient to be able to change them all the time and also like brand aligned, like such a perfect combination. I would love that. I don't know that they quite have the market for it. So Philip and I might be 2 of their consumers, but I don't know how many more would buy them. So. Jacob, do you ever do your nails? I started doing mine at some point during the pandemic just for the fun of it. Actually, I think I did it first for Spirit Day and did purple. of course, for Spirit Day. And it was fun and I enjoyed it. And then afterwards started just to buy a few more colors here and there. And now we have like 1 million of them. And somehow in the last year, in 2024, I convinced Philip to do them, which wasn't a lot of convincing. He just randomly one day was like, I want to do my nails. It's like, oh, cool. So it's been fun to get to do that hobby together too. And also gave me something fun for his stocking stuffers this year. Let's see. All right. So we're building out the body. I don't have a lot of this piece. And I feel like there's probably a good way to, let's see, where's the camera? There's the camera. Ooh, let's zoom out. There we go. This one that has the 2 studs on them. It's like that corner piece, but I like the curve in it. It's nice because it can fit behind some things a little bit better and hide that, the corner peeking out better than the actual corner piece does. You try to, but you do your nails, but you botch them. I've botched mine many a time. I can relate for sure. And so I would say if you want to try again, go for it. And if you don't, that's fine too. I have found it to be like a really fun way to get myself to slow down. I tend to run a mile a minute and do 1 million things. And so doing them is a great way to say, hey, take a minute. Or take an hour, actually, because I go pretty slow with it, but really enjoy it. Use that piece for a bathtub. Oh, cool. I'll need to see. Your piece has got curves, right? Yes. You go, Penguin. Show us those curves. Okay, let's see. Okay, this set is so cute. So Jacob, it sounds like you've got some really great sets in your collection, and had some fun recently with the Love set. Are there any sets on your wish list that have been announced that you don't have yet? I know there are plenty that are on my ever-growing wish list. But I also have some sets that I've requested to review that were sent to me and that have been in my backlog for far too long. And so I'm starting the year after these Creator 3-in-1s, building out some of those new sets that I've had in the backlog. So one that I debated doing today, but I decided I should probably do the ones that have a little bit more of a recency to them. So that's why I did the Creator 3-in-1. But the one I was debating doing and that I will do soon is the Bowser set. I requested that for review because I love character building and I love technique and moving parts, and that combines the best of both. And it's also like an expert level way to learn some of those new techniques, for new to me techniques. So I am super excited for that one. All right. One thing I would recommend for anyone doing the Creator 3-in-1 secondary builds is to not follow what I've been doing, which is not sorting ahead of time, and instead pre-sort your pieces by color. I only sort by color when I'm doing builds like this because it's a contained amount of things. But if you pre-sort by color, that'll be a helpful way to build the sets without having to search forever for the parts that you need, like I've been having to do here. So don't do what I did. Do it better. All right, here we go. You'd really love the new Twilight set coming this spring. Yeah, absolutely. That is on my wish list too. I actually happen to know the designer. He is a friend of mine, and he has not led on to when any release date is or anything. He is being great about that, which is awesome. So I am so excited for him that his set was selected to be made into a real set. And I can't wait to find out when it will be released and hopefully if I'm lucky, to get a chance to hopefully get a chance to review it. So fingers crossed. If so, I'd love to do an interview with him to talk about his design, because he's a buddy of mine. So that took you ages to type. No worries at all. I love that you joined. I appreciate that you're here. So thank you for joining in the fun. Okay, so we did both sides. What minifigs will they include with the Twilight set? I am curious. I don't know. Can I be honest and say that I've not actually seen the movie or read the books? And if I can't be honest, I just was. So oops. What I have seen is I've actually kind of seen all the movies, and I kind of haven't. So let me explain. A handful of years ago, probably like 10 years ago, actually, or maybe even longer, I was building a Lego set, or building a puzzle with Philip and our friend Marianne. The three of us were together building a puzzle, and we decided to put on a version of Twilight that was created by some user on YouTube back in the day, where they took every single Twilight movie and they edited out any actual dialogue. So all it was silent staring. And they showed a video of like a master clip of all 4 movies, of all the scenes of just them staring at each other with pure silence. And in the corner, there was a little timer ticking by to show you how many minutes of silence you just watched from each movie. And it was hysterical. So I have seen all of Twilight, but I haven't actually seen all of Twilight, because all it was the silent stares. But seriously, it was the funniest thing. I was dying. It was so clever. Oh, wait. I think I already did all of that. Yeah, I did. Whenever there's like 2 sides to something, I tend to jump steps and start to build the other side as well, because I assume that I know the parts that it's going to be. And I was right with this, but yeah, because of that, I was like, wait, I don't have space for that. That's because I already finished that part. The acting and dialogue of the movie is hilarious, but you enjoyed the movie. Awesome. I've heard the movies are good, so I've also heard the movies are a lot. So I think it depends on the person for sure. But yeah, I plan to watch at least the original movie before the set comes out. So I don't know when. I'll need to find time, and sometime, I'm guessing early this year, we'll need to find some time to watch it, unless it's like out in the summer. I hope it's out in the summer, because that'll give me more time. All right. Okay, now we're building the big belly of the beast. So the belly of this fun friend. I'm guessing we'll use these pieces, so I'll pull them out now. Here we go. Another fun thing. So did you hear we're getting an 18+ Wicked set this year in October? I did not hear that. I have not heard any rumors yet about any of those, any releases or anything. So yeah, I mean, that would be a dream. When I was reviewing the Wicked sets before, I had verbalized like some of my hopes of things that we might get. And one that I would love to see would be the train. I think that train is iconic and incredible. I would love to see a better or bigger Emerald City. I think that would be incredible. I would love to see maybe the Witch's Castle. I'm curious to see what they'll do with the second movie too. Have you seen Wicked? I'm curious. Have you seen Wicked the musical? Mostly to know whether or not you know kind of what's coming. I won't share spoilers on here, because I know some people will watch this who haven't seen it, and I don't want them to be in the to hear something they didn't want to hear. But yeah, I know that in Wizard of Oz, there's like the Witch's Castle, and I actually can't fully remember in the Broadway show if they have. Do they have a castle for the witch and for Wicket for Elphaba? I'm trying to remember if it's like an actual setting. I think it is, but it's like not a huge part of the set. I think it's like a quick change part of the set. So it's not an area they spend a lot of time in from what I recall. But yeah, like that would be really cool to see in a set too. I think it'd be just fun to get any more Wicked sets. I love them so much. Loved the show. I loved the movie. I thought they did a fantastic job. Was so impressed. And I was expecting it to be good, but it still blew me away with how good it was. All right. Rapture, do you have any hopes for any minifigs that we'll get in the Wicked set? Or I mean in the Twilight set? And are you a Twilight fan? Have you seen it? I'm guessing we'll get I'm guessing we'll get 3, like Bella and Jacob and Edward. Oh gosh, I need to know. I need to catch up on this for sure. Let's see. I know it was like Team Jacob, or I thought it was Team Jacob or Team Edward. You want that? Thank you. Okay. Thanks for confirming. Clearly showing my ignorance here. Is this? Okay. It's this piece. You want the pack of werewolves? I mean, that'd be cool. Are you Team Jacob, or is your name Jacob? Maybe you're actually a huge Twilight fan, and I didn't know this about you. So. They could use the new wolf mold. Ooh, yeah. I could see that, actually. Ooh, maybe that would be in there. It's always interesting to me to see what pieces and parts come in the minifigs, because sometimes there are little hints or glimpses of like stuff that might be in sets later. So I could see them including some of the wolves in it. That would make sense. And I think it's specifically referencing the first movie. Is that right? Your Team Edward. Oh, interesting. So I'm guessing then your name must be Jacob, but your Team Edward, which is really a confusing bit. I usually encourage people to be their own biggest cheerleader. But, you know, I suppose you're not exactly the Jacob that's in the movie. So as long as you're Team Jacob for yourself, then I'm all about that. Okay, getting some snot building techniques here. I like the corner snot builds, or I mean the corner snot pieces. So this one, where you get the 2 on each side, I find them to be very useful for a lot of things, and I got a bunch a long time ago with the intention of using them on the edges of a modular build that I was going to design. And then that idea fell by the wayside. So maybe I need to come back to that. I think that'd be fun to do another modular mock. That's my first mocks that I showed at conventions. Well, actually, my first mocks were mocks I did with Philip that we did. You wouldn't mind a werewolf, though. That's fair. I'm with you. Yeah, my first mocks for conventions were builds that I did with Philip that we did together of all these mini pop culture scenes. And they were from different movies, and they fit in our shadow box. And so that's what the scale was of our builds at the time. Super fun. And then the next time I went to a convention, I built and brought 2 modular mocks, and I was so proud and so excited for them. And now I look at them and I see how blocky they were and how much more I could improve them. Your Team Anna Kendrick. Hey, I fully support that. Although I've heard her character is not everyone's favorite in the movie. I don't know. I don't know why, because I haven't seen it. So I'll have to weigh in later after I've seen it and give you a point. But then also, is Jess her character? I'm guessing is her character name Team Jess. After I've watched the movie, I will let you know whether or not I'm Team Jess. But in life, I am always Team Anna Kendrick. She is incredible and so funny and so talented. I fell in love with her, I want to say, actually, no, it was a really old movie. Was it Center Stage? Was that the one where they were at the camp and she sings The Ladies Who Lunch? Yes, she's Poppy in Trolls. She's so fantastic, such an incredible musician. But I want to say it was Center Stage, like huge throwback. But she was a little kid at a theater camp and does an amazing performance of The Ladies Who Lunch, and it's just outstanding. So that, I want to say, was probably the first time I saw her. And then loved her in Into the Woods, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. I've actually been listening to the music from the Broadway revival of it recently with my favorite Sarah Bareilles. I love her to the moon and back. And yeah, love that music so much. But she played, I want to say, Cinderella in Into the Woods, the movie. But yeah, if you loved Into the Woods as the movie, I definitely recommend checking out the music from the Broadway revival. It's outstanding. Okay, so we're connecting this here. All right. And then I need these blue bits. And then, of course, the Pitch Perfect movies. I mean, who didn't love those? Okay, now we're getting some feet. So our buddy's going to be able to walk. I'm not building the panda right now. No, I'm building the I'm building from the panda set the penguin. I only have one copy of the set. So Lego sent the 4 creator sets for review, and one copy of each. And so I decided to go ahead and build the penguin at my husband's request, because he wanted the penguin up since it's cold and it's still Christmassy in our house. We are those people who take down our Christmas stuff late, which I think is on time, but we like to enjoy it for the first part of the year. So typically like mid-January, sometimes a little bit later. We're going to take down the outdoor decorations this weekend because we know not everybody out there wants to see it. But yeah, we love having them up. Okay. I want you to have feet, buddy, but I can't find the part. Where is this? Well, it's probably in one of these bins. The new Flamingo one, it has an axolotl. Yeah, very excited for that one. I think it comes out in either February or March. So that's on my wish list too. And that one I would like to have multiple copies of, in part for the parts, because they're great parts, but also just the builds look outstanding. Okay, so I need 2 round bricks. Come on, these should be easy to find. Oh, I overlooked them. They're right here, of course. And then I need 2 of the round plates. Looks like, yep. Jacob Rapture asked a great question earlier that I want to hear your answer to as well. And that is, what theme would you want to see Lego do that hasn't been done before? How is this piece missing? I am looking for a part that is gone. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. It always is. They always turn up. But I want it now. Okay. Let's see in here. All right, dumping the big one in. Like I said, pre-sorting these would be better. A theme you'd like to see? The Last of Us. Oh, yes. Can we please get another Pedro Pascal figure? I fully support that ask, for sure. I wonder if that's... If they were to create that theme, it would be an 18+ theme for sure. Because it does have some dark bits. Now, also, full disclosure, I haven't seen it, but Philip has. He loves spooky, scary things. I don't so much. I tend to get overwhelmed with that kind of stuff. And so he watched it in the other room while I built, which happens a lot, where he'll watch like a spooky, scary thing. We watch a lot of TV together and a lot of movies and shows. And so, yeah, I found it. So yeah, didn't actually watch the whole thing. Fantastic Four, yes! I'm so excited for the Fantastic Four movie. Yes, it'll be fun, for sure. There's some really fun things coming out in 2025. Any TV series or shows that you're looking forward to? Or that you're currently watching? And this is for anybody on the chat. But yeah. We watch plenty of shows, and we're excited that Traders is back. The Traders US season. I personally liked Traders better when it was regular people and not celebrities, or reality celebrities, I guess. But it's exciting to see the show back on anyway. I think it's such a fun show. Yay! Okay, he's quite tall. Ta-da! Whoops. Why isn't that connecting? Something is off here. Looks like it should connect based on the math. I think I just have it off a little bit. Just a moment. What in the world? Let's double check this math again. Ah, that's why. I put this on backwards. Yay! That connected so much easier. Okay, and this popped off. Where was this? Ah, that's where it was. Oh, okay. Have to undo this. Put this back. So pro tip, you have to get the Lego math right. If you don't, it won't connect. I knew that was off because it shouldn't be that hard to put a piece on. So let me find this other piece, and then I will look back at the chat because you all had some good things you were sharing. Here we go. Got it. All right. Excited for the Fantastic Four movie. Yes, that'll be fun. Wicked Part 2, Stranger Things final season, Avatar 3, The Last of Us season 2. Yeah, you're naming a lot of great ones. You want the second half of Squid Game season 2. So is that a reality show of the scripted show, or is that a second season of the scripted show. Did they? I think they created a reality like competition show of Squid Games, right? What's your favorite Lego set? Mine is Green Gods and the Hocus Pocus Sanderson Sisters house. The Sanderson Sisters house was awesome. That was a really great build for sure. I loved learning different, or I loved the way that they included movement with the smoke type thing going up and down. So yeah, definitely a build that I loved and would recommend to people. My favorite set. My favorite set of all time is probably the Jazz Quartet. The musical instruments, the brick-built musical instruments were fantastic. And then the brick-built characters were just so good. Like, just so well built. And teaches you some really interesting techniques that you can use in other ways. So that would have to be my favorite of all time. I also loved the grand piano, the brick-built grand piano one as well. That one is super impressive, and the fact that it plays is incredible too. Although mine just messed up recently to where it's not playing anymore. So I need to take it apart to get to the insides and figure out what's not working the way it's supposed to. So yeah. We recently built a new Lego Malfoy Manor set, and it's such a wonderfully spooky build. That's cool. The next Avatar Lost Airbender Book 2 live action. Oh, cool. Did you like the first live action? I heard mixed reviews. And it's a story that I've never really followed, so I don't really know much about it. That's on Netflix, I think. Yes, they have a reality Squid Game show, but you want them to finish season 2 scripted show because they left it. Oh, cliffhanger. That's not very nice. Rapture, how scary is Squid Game? I know it's suspenseful, but that's one I never watched. And I've been interested in, but I'm a little nervous about. So we're getting close to being done with this build, so just a few more pages left. And then I will go have a late breakfast with Philip. And then Rapture can get to building out the fun new set that he has waiting for him, C-3PO, which is cool. Not scary, but lots of deaths. Yeah, okay. That's good to know. I figured there'd be lots of deaths from what I saw in the previews. And it looked spooky to me. It didn't look scary, but it looked like, I don't know if I need to watch this. We'll see. Okay, this says it clips on. It clips on there. Okay, so this first wing is this one. It clips on here. Ta-da! Oh my gosh. It can flap its wings. That's so cute. All right. So fun. Thank you. Yes, I'm excited for late breakfast. On Saturdays, we typically do a big like pancake breakfast that we make together, either pancakes or waffles with bacon and eggs, and it's delicious, and it's like a fun ritual that we have. So I always love doing that. You've had every meal of the day because you're from the UK. Oh my gosh. Well, hey, thanks for joining. I love to see when people are in different time zones and to hear what they're up to. So I'm guessing you're headed to evening fun, or probably not bed soon, but lots of fun up ahead for you, hopefully. Second breakfast. I mean, I should have had first breakfast earlier. I should have had something because I am quite hungry now. But no, this is unfortunately first breakfast for me. But yeah, you could do second breakfast over in the UK. You could do an evening second breakfast. Oh, I'm excited we're getting more of these corner pieces too. So this piece I find to be pretty helpful with mocks, and don't have too many of them. So I also have a bad habit of not unbuilding mocks. And so I often find like, oh, I need pieces, but they're being used right now. And I need to start unbuilding. That's another goal that I have this year, is unbuild more things so I can have it back in my stash to be able to use for mocks and things. Y'all, Philip built a really, really cool build. You call a second dinner in the evening supper. Oh, there you go. Got the Lego Disney Castle. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. The Lego Disney Castle. I would love the build experience. We don't have room for it probably anywhere. So it would have to be like living on the kitchen table until we unbuilt it. But that one I think would be really fun to do. I'm really excited about Disney sets, and I hope we get some really cool ones this year. And I'm looking forward to what's to come there. I think they've done a good job in the last handful of years. The year of Disney 100 was full of incredible builds, and also had some of my other favorite builds, like the what do you call it? The camera. It's up top. You can't really see it right now, but that camera was incredible. And also another of my favorites is the buildable Mickey and Minnie. Those are really great. Philip and I built those while watching some movie in the den, and it was a nice time building them. But I built Minnie and he built Mickey, and so we built them simultaneously. And that was really fun. I've told myself I wanted to unbuild his so I could rebuild it sometime. But I don't know that I ever will, and that's okay. I love having them on display, though. They're beautiful. So many amazing Disney sets last year. Yeah, like they've been really knocking it out of the park with the builds. One of the last review sets that I requested to review, I requested because it was actually, there's two of them that were retiring that I requested right before they retired. One was the Enchanted Treehouse, which is the Disney Princess battle pack. So it comes with, I want to say it was 14 Disney princesses, and I got it just in time to fill our winter village with them, which was so fun. And then the other that I'm very excited to build this year is the typewriter. It's way bigger than this tiny little typewriter in this Creator 3-in-1 set they created this year. And it's so stunning, and built by our friend Steve Guinness. He was our keynote speaker this summer at Brick Rodeo, and I got the chance to interview him, and that was super fun. And so we talked about his experience on Lego Masters UK, which was the very first season ever of Lego Masters. And we talked about his affinity for moving parts and what it was like to build a Lego Ideas set and what he does now and how Lego factors into education. It was like such a fun experience. Y'all, where is this part? Move these bigger ones out, and that might help me see it. There should be another 2x3 brown 2x3 in here, but I am not seeing it at all, which does not make sense. Did I use the right pieces? Yeah. I'm showing I did. Okay, let me check in here one more time. Nope, definitely not in there. Not in here. Okay. Ugh. Did it drop on the floor? I'm gonna be right back because I gotta go grab one from my stash. I don't know where it went. And I want to finish this build. Let's see. Thankfully, we've got all of our sorted parts on the other side of this table, so I can just walk around and pull out another one. Also, since it's on the inside, I've got this color, and that's okay. It's a different color than what's in the set, and that's fine. Let's see. Your bank account isn't happy with you. Oh my goodness, yes. It's easy to spend a lot of money with Lego, and I feel like the sets are in the IP themes getting to be really expensive, much more than they used to be, which is disappointing. I know that they have to pay the partners for their builds, and that's those relationships to maintain them. It's going to continue to go up and up, I think, over time. But some of them I've been disappointed to see the prices. So I do like that the Creator 3-in-1s tend to be a little bit better price range. And I like that they're encouraging people to do with Lego what Lego initially intended for people to do. Not that there's a right or wrong way to build with Lego, but I like that they encourage people to actually, encourage people to rebuild and make use of the bricks again and be creative with them. So that's part of why I love this theme so much. I saw your question. You said, is the pop sign behind you made of Lego? Yes, it is. I'm guessing on this side. This one, I can't do it with that hand. Right there. Yes, that was our win for Best Pop Culture Build at our first ever convention for those mini scenes I talked about. We brought, I want to say it was like, I don't know, 30 or 40 mini scenes of all these different pop culture movies, and had them on display, and it was so fun to share. And we won, and it was a shock. So that was Philip and I together, and was like such a joy and such a surprise. So yeah, thank you. That year, so it was Brick Fiesta. It was before Brick Rodeo. And we had a new category at Brick Fiesta that year. And we were attending just as participants. We'd never been before. And we brought those on display. And then I printed out some pictures for minifigure photography. And there were only like 2 people that entered that category. And I won for that as well. And I had actually I had volunteered to design the trophy for that one. So it's funny to be like, I spent all this time designing a trophy that I ended up taking home. And we won fan favorite. And so that's where people vote on their favorite mocks in the room. And that was like such a shock. But I think, truthfully, I don't think ours was actually the fan favorite. I think what happened was people came up to our mocks about the pop culture builds, and I made it into a guessing game. Like it was a fun like seek and find type thing where I would show people, here's the list of all the things that are in there. Can you find them? And people loved it, and they had so much fun with it. And so I think because I engaged them and talked with them at my build, they remembered me and they remembered our builds when they were voting. So if I have one piece of advice for anybody who's going to a convention, I would say actually a few pieces of advice. First piece of advice, build and display something. Just do it. If you're nervous about it, that's fine. You will be surprised and impressed with how wonderful it is to have so many people tell you how incredible your builds are. And it will be such a huge confidence boost for you to see that what you're doing and what you're capable of, that a lot of people are so impressed by it. So that's my first tip. Just do it. Just push yourself to display something. Even if it's something small, it doesn't matter. Just display something. My second tip, though, is talk to people. Stand by your mock and engage them as they're coming by. And you do have to be a little bit bold and brave to do that. But if you actually take the time to talk to people about your mocks, you will find so much joy in hearing from people how much they love what you created. So who's your favorite character from Wicked? Okay, that's just like an impossible question. Let's see. What else did we see? Pop sign, yeah. Rapture said, you haven't paid full price for Lego for the last 2.5 years. No day one purchase for you. Good for you. That's an impressive feat. And I think that, we all have to think about how we handle this hobby differently. I obviously know how lucky I am to be a Lego ambassador and get free Lego sets occasionally to review. And that's helped a lot. But also, we still spend money on Lego, and I find that I spend it more on parts for mocks now because I get some of the sets to review, which is great. But we all have to be thoughtful about how we handle that, of course. So everybody's got their own approach with that, and I love that you're able to find good deals. And honestly, if you wait, you can usually find double VIP points or Lego Insiders points, not VIP anymore, and other things that will help make those purchases better too. I tend to save bigger things for gift with purchases and double Insiders points. But yes, my favorite character from Wicked is probably Elphaba. I think you kind of have to have her as your favorite. You don't have to, but yeah, definitely my favorite. My dream wish list. So I grew up doing musical theater. My dream role is the wizard. So that is my dream role. One of my favorite songs of all time is Wonderful, which is in Act 2. So can't wait for that to be in the movie. And we're done. Yay! Y'all, this is so cute. This is just like super adorable. And then the little baby. Check that little baby out. Also, I think I might have missed a spot with the baby. I'll go back in and clean that up and figure out what I missed. Let me turn this other view back on real quick and show you up close here too. So we've got, where is it? There we go. Oh my gosh, I always have a hard time doing this right. Here we go. So here's the head, and it articulates up and down. We've got this with the wings that go up and down. Oh my goodness, this is embarrassing. Literally, every time I do this, I go, wait, how do I do this? And then we have the little guy. Somewhere. There he is. He's just a little guy. His head twists back and forth, and his little wings go up and down, and they can also go forward so he can say, give me a hug. Yay! So I'm going to have them like this, side by side, so that it's like, give me a hug. And he's like, okay. Looking down, okay. Okay, ridiculous. Yes, he's missing his back. I need to figure out what was missing. Yours is Bach. Oh, really? That's fun. I do love Bach. He's great. Let me just see what the part was that I'm missing. And then if it's easy to fix. Okay, oh, he has that round circle that's like hit the front of his belly on both sides. Okay, y'all, thanks for helping me figure that out. Yeah, when I picked him up, I was like, something is wrong. Ta-da! Oh, he lost a leg. Oh, no. Leg popped off. There we go. Now he's fixed. All right. Thank you for the applause. I appreciate it. Yes, yes. I'm here all week. Okay, thanks for joining, y'all. It was really fun to build with y'all. I didn't really talk about the Nintendo Switch or New Year's goals all that much, like I said I would. But I really appreciate you joining. It was fun to chat in the chat together. I hope you have a wonderful weekend for sure. Until next time, build kindness. Yay! Thanks, y'all. Bye. I will. I'll give Philip a big hug for sure. Excited to head to breakfast. And yes, agree. Those pieces, these new parts in that smaller size, awesome. Great new pieces we're getting. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye, y'all.